I'm at the Root in downtown Lloydminster, and I'm with Alyson. She is an interior designer, and she's going to show us some trends that are hot right now.
That sounds great. So what we see here is a palette that was put together because what we're seeing is a lot of natural elements. It sort of gives you that restoration hardware feel. But what we're doing with design is we're incorporating some sort of textures with some natural elements, and then also incorporating some of these more kind of shiny chrome metals with them to kind of keep it interesting. So you'll see floral is a big part of this natural elements, and also even in fashion, you'll see kind of the natural cork, and then the metallic is incorporated with it. And then again, texture in this lamp here. This pussy willows are a good way to incorporate some interest, and then the soft texture of the pussy willow kind of gives it that interest as well. And then just again some chrome accents we've incorporated with this. And then this scroll pattern is also very popular with this sort of natural organic feeling palette that we've created here today.
And there's quite a bit of flowers on display here. How big are flowers when you're decorating your place?
Well, you know, flowers are just a nice way to incorporate color into a room and just add something that's interesting. So this is just something that's a small sort of hand-done piece by Adina at Growers Direct, but it's just a nice way of adding something more to your space, and it just keeps it from just sort of all blending together. Just gives you a little bit of texture there.
And can we take a closer look at that stool or that table there? Because that's very unique. Where did you find that, and what kind of makes that piece special?
Actually, this piece I found locally at the Winners here, and it's got some texture to it, and it's actually a cowhide. And then again, the harshness is the chrome on the bottom. So it's kind of those opposite elements that we're putting together for this vignette.
So Alyson, for people who are maybe renting and can't paint their walls and they're white, what can people do? Because that palette was pretty neutral. If people want color, yes, what can they do?
Well, color is so big right now, and so I'm just showing you some examples of what color are very popular. Not that you would go and paint your walls these colors, but these colors you can add with accents such as throw cushions, blankets, any accessories, some art, different things like that. So just to show you sort of, there's all of these just bright pops of color now in design, and so it's what makes it interesting is if you took a throw cushion like this that you absolutely love, and you wanted to kind of incorporate two different patterns. So this is a large scale print, and you have to find something common between them. So on this, it's the colors or the commonality between them, but then what's different is this is a larger scale and this is sort of more of a medium scale. So that's how you sort of incorporate those prints together and then keep the space interesting. If you had those really neutral wall colors, you could just add these two pops of color. You could have a throw cushion, and then if you had that sort of open great room concept and you wanted to add color sort of in the dining room or kitchen, this could kind of be incorporated further across from the space, just so you had all that color and it kind of flows throughout your house. The color is very in right now, but again, it has to be what you're comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with more neutral palette, that's what you should work with. If you love the color, then that's the direction you should go.
And what are some tips you would have? Because the flowers in the vase of daisies seem very simple and easy to do. If people were on a budget, what would you suggest to them to kind of punch up their space this spring?
Well, flowers are such an inexpensive investment. So if you wanted to just go and get a couple of Gerber daisies and then you just would kind of keep recycling this vase, 1 week, you know, it could be the orange, and then towards the end of the next month you could go and get a couple of pink. It just depends what color you're feeling and what you really want to see in your home and what makes you feel good.
After these messages, I get my hands dirty with one of HGTV's biggest names.